General, welcome to you and your team, and thank you for your testimony. Let me ask you, as it relates to the IG's report and the L.A. situation specifically, did the L.A. office violate VA policy and how they implemented that initially?
So, Senator Burr, yes, they gave out an alternative policy that they thought they didn't intend to violate policy. They just interpreted the policy differently.
So in that short period of time before they self-identified the misinterpretation of the memorandum, when they went back and reviewed all the provisional decisions, it found 470 out of 513. Can I assume that all 513 of those cases were decided in that 1 week period, and those 470 errors were made in that 1 week period?
So, Senator Burr, I told you we kept doing reminders. They did a second all hands, and they did 4 more follow-ups because they found some of them were continuing to trickle out that way. So they have gathered, it's about a 2 week, 3 week period of time before they got it all caught and cleaned up. But they were actively and aggressively going after that cleanup.
Were provisional decisions included in determining the number of claims VA is reporting it completed during 2013?
I'm sorry, Senator, I'm not understanding the question, so I'd ask for...
Were provisional decisions included in determining the number of claims VA has completed during the calendar year 2013?
I'm going to ask, well, she's just told me yes, so I will answer yes on behalf of Deputy Undersecretary. There were 14,000 of those claims, which is 3% of all of the claims we have done in the oldest claim initiative, which was 67,000 2 years and older and 512,000 1 year and older.
You highlighted 97% quality or accuracy. I use both words. Last week, the American Legion testified, and I quote, VA's accuracy statistics from the Monday morning reports are not consistent with the review of recently adjudicated claims as conducted by the American Legion. According to the Legion, they reviewed 260 decisions and found errors in 55%. Also, National Veterans Legal Service Program testified that current error rate somewhere between 30 and 40%. In some ROs, it's higher. Are they wrong?
So, Senator Burr, it's an apples and orange discussion, if I may have a moment to clarify that. First of all, let me just state for the record, and for every time I talk on this subject anywhere, we will not trade production for quality. It is an and equation. Both must rise, which is why it's 125 and 98. But there is a very different way the IG and others are looking at issues than the way we do. I will tell you that our process has been validated by an external agency, an FFRDC.
Let me ask my question again. Are they wrong?
Senator Burr, they are right for the way they look at it. We are right for the way we measure it, which is statistically valid.
General, they're the customer, aren't they?
Actually, the veteran, their family member, and their survivor are my customer, Senator.
Yeah, and these are the organizations that represent them.
They are, sir, and they're my partners.
Should this committee believe that there's any VSO in America that believes that the accuracy or the quality is at 97% right now?
Senator Burr, I would ask you to ask them for their opinions. I can't quite.
They testified on it, but that's not necessarily something that computes.
Senator Burr, I have a statistically validated process that goes far further.
I asked a very simple question. Are they wrong? And I guess the answer is yes, because you're saying your statistics are different than what their review has been.
They have a different process, Senator.
Okay. According to VA's Monday morning workload reports, there are at least 266,000 appeals that have not been resolved. That's about 100,000 more than were pending 5 years ago. Although appeals are not counted in VA's backlog statistics, they represent individuals who have yet to know what benefits they'll receive. Do the performance standards for regional office directors and service center managers include how quickly and accurately they're handling appeals?
So, Senator Burr, the simple answer is to your question, yes, they do. However, I would also tell you that a veteran does know the answer to our opinion on a claim. They get, in many cases, they are deriving resources associated with that claim decision already, even though they might be appealing only a part and piece of our overall decision.
So you have a metrics that you use to determine this?
We absolutely have metrics on our appeals.
Would you
Senator.
provide that metrics for the committee?
We will do that, sir.
If, on average, how long have those 266,000 appeals been pending?
Senator, the chairman cites some 800 days, and so I will accept his.
Do you track, does the VA track that?
We do, Senator Burr.
Okay. At what point is an appeal considered to be backlogged?
We do not have a backlog number for appeals, Senator. What I can tell you is the rate of appeal has not changed in the last many decades.
At what point does the length of an appeal become a concern of the VA?
It is a concern of ours right this minute, sir, and I will tell you that is why we have done a Lean Six Sigma effort on the appeals process to try to identify ways to improve the appeals process, and have. In fact, we have some legislation in front of you that I would appreciate your consideration to help the appeals process, and I appreciate the members of this committee who are supporting that. I will also tell you we have a standard notice of disagreement form that will take 100 of those days immediately off that wait time for our veterans, because we have never had a mandatory standard notice of disagreement form for an appeals before. And that is, by the way, out for public comment right now. That period closes this month, and we hope to have that as soon as January of next year.
Mr. Chairman, last question in this round. How many employees are currently devoted or dedicated to working on appeals?
Senator Burr, I can get you the specific number. I don't have that at my fingertips, but we have decision review officers who are dedicated in normal hours, though they have been in overtime working compensation claims. They have been dedicated to working appeals.
Would you provide that for the committee, and would you provide it in a way that you compare it to the previous 2 years and how many people were dedicated to appeals?
Senator, I'd be happy to provide you what you need.
Thank you, Chair.